When I was about 5.5 years old, I lived in an old house with my family. Today, that house no longer exists. It's been torn down and replaced with a modern apartment building. But back then, the house had a cozy, almost antique style. It had 2 floors. The first floor, where my mother's sister and her family lived, and the second floor, where my own family stayed. A narrow staircase tucked into the corner of the house connected the 2 floors. And near that staircase was a dark hallway leading to the bathroom and toilet. I won't go into details about my family members, because this story is not about them, it's about me, and one night I'll never forget. During the daytime, the house felt completely normal, safe, warm, even a little charming. But when midnight came, it transformed. The whole place felt haunted. The atmosphere grew heavy and cold, and darkness swallowed every corner. I'm not exaggerating. It was like stepping into a ghost home. Now, here's where my story truly begins. As a little boy, I always seemed to wake up around midnight, my bladder full and begging for relief. I couldn't just ignore it and fall back asleep. I had to go to the bathroom. But the problem was, the path to the toilet was pitch black and terrifying. There were barely any lights, and my young eyes couldn't see much in the dark. Everyone in my family was sound asleep, and I didn't want to wake them. So, every night, I gathered all the courage I had to face the darkness alone. But the fear was overwhelming. Eventually, I came up with a plan, a disgusting but desperate solution. I decided to relieve myself right there on the staircase, near the doorway. I know it's gross, but at that age, fear won over shame. Afterward, I would quietly sneak back into bed and fall asleep, pretending everything was fine. And this became my nightly routine, peeing on the stairs around exactly 12 a.m. For a while, nothing strange happened, until one night, the night that changed everything. As usual, I woke up at midnight, feeling the familiar pressure in my bladder. I tiptoed to the door entrance and prepared to do what I had done so many times before. But this time, something was different. As I was peeing, I suddenly felt a cold chill wrap around my body. The air became heavy, almost too heavy to breathe. Then out of nowhere, I heard a faint, eerie whisper brushing past my ears. My heart froze, and that's when I saw it. A shadow appeared on the wall in front of me, the figure of an old woman, not a man as I first thought. She was vague, almost smoky, but her presence was undeniable. My whole body locked in fear. Then, slowly, she raised one bony hand and pointed straight at me. She began to curl her finger, motioning for me to come closer. I heard her cracked, ghostly voice whispering over and over again, "Come, come, come." The sound made my blood run cold. Somehow, by pure instinct, my body broke free from the fear that had paralyzed me. I stumbled backward, rushed inside the house, and leapt into the bed where my mother was sleeping. I pressed myself against her, hoping that being near her would keep me safe. But the nightmare wasn't over yet. I watched with wide, terrified eyes as that shadowy old woman crawled along the wall like some nightmarish spider, creeping closer and closer toward me. She didn't come all the way to the bed, though. Something stopped her. Right above my sleeping mother was a Buddha image, and it seemed like the spirit couldn't cross past its protection. Still, the woman lingered. She stood there at the edge of the room, repeating the same motion, beckoning me with her finger to come to her, over and over again. I didn't know what else to do. I squeezed my eyes shut as tight as I could, clung to my mother, and prayed for morning to come. When I finally opened my eyes, sunlight was pouring into the room. I was safe. No wounds, no signs of what had happened. But the memory of that night has never left me. I know what I saw was real. I was too young, too innocent to imagine such a thing. I didn't even know what ghosts or horror were at that time. That was, without a doubt, the most terrifying experience of my life.